And you're on the Punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
We are here today. I'm happy to be back. Me and Justin were in New York City.
Yes, y'all
Cut last week covering the... Was it last week, Justin? Yeah, it was, huh? Covering Crawford and Con, and Justin...
Yeah, you guys are just getting home about this time.
Yeah, Justin had my back on that one, man. He had a good... it was a good time. He did a really good job. He showed why he's the best producer in the world.
Nah, he's up there.
Who's better? Who's better than Justin?
Top 5, maybe.
Who's better? Justin's on my pound for pound list is number 1.
You know, it could go either way. You know, it's close. We'll see how his production today is. It depends on where we move him in the rankings.
Right. Hey, look at my new hat. I got this from my buddy Roberto Arambide from Oakland, California. He sent it to me. He's an A's fan, but he sent this to me because I sent him some boxing autographs, and he said, and I told him I like the San Francisco Giants. He sent it to me, so I want to give a shout out to him. He's a big fan of yours too.
Cool.
I sent him your autograph actually too.
Did you?
Yep. On the glove. Remember I had the glove signed?
Yeah, we should charge him for that.
You remember I had everybody sign that glove?
He didn't send me no hat.
I'll give you one of mine. I got an Oakland hat. I'll give you.
It's amazing. I sign autographs. You get stuff. Remember?
You got stuff for yours. You got lots of things for your autograph.
What's up, unemployed Mario?
What's up, Steven?
Yeah, so
bro. Send me a Mets hat. Love the Mets, Steven. That's my team. I hate the Yankees, but I love the Mets. What's up? And hey, there's one of our favorite employees on the show, Damon, always calling some shit.
Damon.
And what's up, Slavin? So let's jump right into this. You want to?
Damon.
What do you think about jumping right in this?
Let's do it. Jump in.
What do you want? You want to knock out Crawford and Con for last week?
Yeah,
since we
might
missed
as well.
it. Hey guys, I know we're late, but we didn't have a show last week. Like I said, Kelly couldn't make it to Crawford and Con. He had family obligations.
I had Easter with my family.
That's way more important than a boxing match.
Yeah,
that's a family obligation.
Yeah, it's not an obligation. That's
it's an obligation.
I enjoyed my Easter.
You did, I'm sure, but
I enjoyed mine too.
Yeah, no, I hung out. So
yeah, we had a good time though. But
you know, as far as the fight went, I thought Crawford fought. He took a dangerous fight, and that first of all, I tipped my hat to him, and I said that over and over before the fight even happened. It was a fight that he didn't have to take, because to the average boxing fan, they're like, "Oh, Con's shot, Con's this, Con's that." No, as we picked before, I said if the fight goes to decision, I would have a good fight. And I thought it was a good fight. A lot of people obviously went in and said Crawford blew him out and it was a whitewash. I didn't think it was. I thought the second round Con won. The fifth round was a toss-up to who you wanted to give it to.
Con.
I gave it to Con too.
I gave the second and fifth to Con. I gave every round to Con.
And actually, the round before the fight, before Con quit, he was hitting Crawford. He was sitting in the pocket. Now, granted, it kind of looked like Crawford had the momentum in that going into it later rounds, and I think it would have been a stoppage no matter what. But so overall, I think that was a great fight that Crawford fought. I have not seen anybody beat Con to the punch like Crawford was doing.
Yeah, and
that right there just really skyrocketed Crawford, in my opinion, to number 1. Yeah, I thought it was a great fight, great performance, and he deserved it. So.
I think it skyrockets him to number 1 till we see what Canelo does. That's what I think.
Yeah, but I'm still probably going to keep him.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, if Canelo knocks out Danny Jacobs or just outboxes the shit out of him, I have no choice but to put Canelo above Crawford right now.
Thanks, unemployed Mario. I appreciate it.
Melissa said, "Do you believe that Con really got hit in the dick, or was he looking away?" I think he was looking for a way out.
No, he got hit in the balls.
Yeah, it was on the side.
He got hit, and it hurt.
But not enough to quit, man.
But could he have continued? Absolutely. But when you get hit there, it don't take much. Actually, sometimes you're better off getting hit square in the dick.
I didn't see the shot. I didn't see that in the nuts. I didn't see him getting hit. I saw it more on the hip. I watched it slow. I watched it on. We watched it on slow motion on that fucking on that media camera. I was like, dude, that was right on the edge, man.
Iso says, Con wasn't taking a shot, well, anything that landed seemed significant. I guess that's what I thought Con was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, though? I mean, the first round, again, it wasn't really a hard shot.
No.
It wasn't. I mean, I know it was a good spot, and it hurt Con. But I tell you what, Con kind of took some shots after that. It was kind of like sometimes when a fighter gets knocked down, it kind of loosens them up and gets them off their ass.
Yeah.
And Khan went back into the fight. I mean, he came back the second round. I thought he won the second round. He got beat up in the third with some body shots. Got beat up in the fourth with some body shots. Fifth round, I thought he was kind of landing some good shots, staying in the pocket and taking some of Crawford's punches.
Yeah.
But overall, again, I think that I thought Crawford actually looked good in that fight and fought a great fight for taking a dangerous fight, which he didn't have to do, and going there, and he beat Khan up more than anybody else ever did. Yeah. So
I will say this, though. I like your shirt. Is that the shirt Teofimo gave you?
Yeah.
Teofimo gave that one to you in New York, right?
He did.
Roy Jones said Khan should apologize. What do you say? That's up to Amir Khan. Roy Jones should have apologized for a lot of shit he said and did too.
What did Khan do?
I don't know. Quit or whatever.
Oh, quitting.
Whatever. But Roy Jones probably has some apologies to make of his own.
According to Khan, he didn't quit.
Like, hey, listen, my brother Ricky said that he got hit in the leg. Listen, again, I'm not going to argue either. I watched the replay twice from my seat in the house, and it was right in the area where it caught the side of the cup. And
it slides. It'll slide.
It'll slide. Yeah, that's why I said you're sometimes better off getting caught square in the cock than in that area. I mean, because it slides up, it hits you. The point of it, the back of it goes up into the taint. A lot of things happen.
True, and a lot of things is people get so caught up telling fighters what's best for them or what they should do with their career or what they should do with their money. Just shut the fuck up and enjoy the fight. That's it. That's all it comes down to, Yeah. Roy Jones should shut the fuck up and worry about paying his people in his promotion company instead of writing IOUs.
How's that promotional company coming anyways? Wasn't Bobby Sanchez doing some stuff?
He does the ring for them. He does the ring for them. I'm sure it's doing good. But I mean, everybody's quick to point fingers when they got skeletons in their own closet and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's another rant that I'm going to go on today
wait a
too.
Minute. Don't get me wrong. I love Roy Jones. I think pound for pound, he's one of the greatest fighters ever, right? But didn't he test positive a few times himself and it never came out? And then he's worried about what other fighters are doing. It's the same shit with everybody. Shut the fuck up.
Jessica, our new listener for 2 or 3 weeks now, she goes, Crawford looks so huge next to Khan. Can one say it was a fair fight?
Khan was bigger.
I thought they were about the same exact size, to be honest with you. But that happens in boxing. Sometimes you're going to get guys in a weight class that make the weight. So it's not unfair because they both made.
I will say this: at the weigh-in, me and Justin sat up in the front row, and Khan was bigger at the weigh-in, wasn't he, Justin? And then Crawford filled out the next 30 hours, but Khan was much bigger.
And that guy said before, that comes down to how the fighter rehydrates. How much they fought to come down in weight, rehydrating back up.
Do you know who really surprised me? How big he is? Maurice Hooker. That dude is a 140. He's at least 6'1".
Yeah.
He's at least 6. I'm not even exaggerating on 6'1". He's fucking big, man. Because Damon's 6 foot tall, and he was taller than Damon. So I was like, you remember him, Justin?
Damon might be 5'11".
Maurice Hooker? Oh, well, Maurice Hooker's tall though. Maurice Hooker was big for 140.
Damn, how about the rumors that Virgil Hunter is sick?
It's not rumor. It's true. That's why he's had some fighters leave him. I mean, he can't. It's hard to keep up the pace. I just wish him well.
What do you got? What's wrong with him?
They don't say. They just, I can tell you off camera. I just can't say.
Most guys have never been hit in the nuts by a pro fighter.
You get hit by anybody. I've been hit. I've been hit in the nuts by a chick before and rolled over. So
don't take much. You get hit down there.
I got hit with the tether.
Steve Z says, "Great cap, James." Yeah, Rick, we're going to get into the Donaire knockout.
Yeah. Well, and we both thought Crawford was going to win, but we also thought that I'm not going to speak for Kelly, but I thought Khan would give a better account of himself, which he did the best he could.
Yeah.
He did. I feel that he was looking for a way out, though. I started to see it a little bit, but and he could have continued because even with remember when Mares hit Joseph Abedeko 11 times in the balls, he kept fighting.
And I seen Khan a couple times even early on, kind of shaking the left arm. I don't know if that was going to come into play as maybe he did hurt it.
He said he hurt it in camp. He said he hurt his elbow.
Yeah, so I don't want to make excuses for that. So, but it kind of looked like he might have been trying to take that way out. He could have, again, that probably did hurt, and it probably took the air out of him. But believe me, if he would have got hit really, really square on in the balls like that, and he was in that much pain, he wouldn't have been on his feet. He would have been down on both of his knees crying.
Well, speaking of guys who never quit, Orlando Canizales told me to tell you, says here, how you doing, champ? He's saying hello, champ.
How you doing, Orlando?
Orlando Canizales, Hall of Fame world champion. He was the Lomachenko before Lomachenko, one of the greatest bantamweights ever to ever grace the sport.
Slick fighter. Slick.
Slavin Hooker, Loma will not fight him. What do you think? Said Loma will not fight him. I don't know. I don't know, Slavin. Hooker's on his way up, man. There's no way. He's said himself he's having trouble making 140, and Lomachenko's pretty comfortable at 135. I don't see a reason why he needs to.
Damon says 5'11". Stop stealing an inch, damn it. 6 foot. An inch makes a big difference in height.
It makes an inch. It makes a big difference everywhere, Kelly.
Yeah, dude. That's the difference from hitting a spot or not.
That's the difference between.
That's where the hip thrust comes in.
That's the difference between being able to drive a car on a suspended license and not, right?
Yeah.
You have that extra inch, you can drive her car with a suspended license. You don't have that inch, she ain't letting you drive nowhere.
Damon goes, leading up to the nut shot, Crawford was killing Khan's body. I think Khan was just in pain, period. Oh, he was. And Damon, I'm not taking anything away from Crawford going to the body. Listen, I said he was breaking down Khan. That last round before the fight was stopped, I said Khan was staying in the pocket more and landing some good shots in right hands. Do I think Crawford would eventually have stopped Khan? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I think it still could have been interesting, and there could have been some shots that Khan would eventually start landing also. Again, that's why I think it was such a big win for Khan. He took a fight that he didn't have to take against a very dangerous opponent, and he went in there and he beat him convincingly. And again, that's why right now I have him at number 1.
Somebody said, John Carmona said, what about the fact that Khan is 10-4 versus world champions? That's his career, and I'm sure him and Brooke could make a little bit of money in England, and he could call it a career. That's up to him, though.
But him being 10-4 does not mean he's not a dangerous fighter.
Oh, he's been 10-4 against his last. That's his.
Yeah,
his last record.
He's a dangerous fighter to fight. Yeah, he really is.
And then you had that boring ass fight last night, Easter and the Cuban, Bartholomew.
I didn't even see
that.
Oh
my
one.
God, dude.
I heard though.
It was the worst. I'm telling you, it was the worst fucking fight I've seen in 5 years, 10 years.
And you still got. I mean, I tell you what, Easter got some loyal fans though.
And you know what? And I don't think it was Easter's fault. It was Bartholomew. It was the Cuban. You know what? Cuban fighters don't engage. And he ran, and then Easter would chase him, and then Bartholomew would counter, and Easter would throw something, he'd run again. It was just a bad mix of a counter puncher against a runner. You know what I mean?
That's tough. Like Damon goes, I agree. Khan showed Crawford some real speed in the close quarter, and he did, but Crawford handled it pretty well too, though, and that was what was really impressive. Crawford at sometimes he outboxed.
Yep.
Khan.
Hector Beltran says, "Shout out, fellas. See you this weekend at Canelo Jacobs." Hector is, Hector. He's Virgil's one of Virgil's trainers too,
Oh, yeah.
and love Hector. No, Hector, we're gonna take a break from this fight. We don't want to get spoiled in all these fights. We take a break on this one. Eswan said I was right. Easter at least came forward. He did. He came forward, and you can't make somebody fight. And that goes with my theory about Cuban fighters. They're only so good to a certain level, and then they have no other game plan, And so, and I think the Bartholomew brothers, Francis and the other one, they've showed that over and over again.
You want to get into the Jesse Vargas fight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we do have a guest today too.
Yes, we do.
Morgan Fitch.
We have Morgan Fitch, professional fighter, is 18-3. We're gonna call him up today. We want to talk about his fight this weekend, but we will don't go anywhere, guys. We're gonna get into all these other fights and answer your questions. Promise.
Pittsburgh Hold'em says Khan looked good. Give him credit for taking the fight at this point in his career. Crawford too much speed. And again, I give Crawford more credit for taking that fight than Khan. Khan kind of needed. That was his last opportunity. One of his last opportunities. Crawford didn't need to take that type of fight, and that's why I say, like, here's a guy that's willing to fight. But when he calls out Spence, I believe that he truly wants that fight more than anything else.
Yep. Michael Cameron, what's up? Hey, Michael. Good job with Vaughn Alexander this past week.
Ask him about his pants.
Oh, we will ask you about your suit. But The 113, I had it 113, 115 for Sims, but it was a really close fight for your fighter. Tell him great job. He looked really good. He was really conditioned. Hector says, you guys seen Regis Frolic? Yeah, we did. And we did see it. And we're definitely going to get into that because me and Kelly were like, oops on this one. But
point that way.
Yeah.
and you know what? They're saying Trout and Gaucher. I don't think so. I think Trout is not afraid to mix it up with you. Austin Trout's not afraid to mix it up. So we'll see.
Yep. Kelly James. Whose one was more impressive? Crawford Khan or Mikey Spence? I say Crawford.
I say Mikey Spence.
Hello.
Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
All right. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, not much. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Ready to go, man. I want to thank y'all for having me on this on y'all station, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Anytime. So how you feeling, champ?
Man, we ready to go, man. We ready to go. Come May 4th, man. It ain't no talking. All the hard work is done, and now we're going there and have fun whenever these lights kick on, man. You know, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time, and we're ready to get back on this road for redemption, man. You know what I mean? Get back on this winning side.
Yeah, how's the weight and everything? You know, that's a question I gotta ask.
No, the weight's great, man. The weight's always great.
Yeah.
I don't ever struggle with weight in camp, man. I always maintain it, you know. And
This fight's at middleweight, right?
no, it's at 70. But yes, I mean,
Okay.
super middleweight. No, I'm moving up in weight. I'm moving up in weight. I've been fighting my past few years at 160, you know, but I'm moving up in weight now. You know, I'm gonna move up to 168. But this fight right here is scheduled for 170. I'm sorry, and we ready to go, man. We ready to go.
Awesome, man.
That's great. So how's camp been going for you?
Camp been going good. I mean, I've been my main thing. What I've been lacking on since these past few lessons that I learned these past few years in my career. You know, my first loss, I had to, it was my 5th surgery in my career, you know, so and I got a wife with 3 kids, you know, so they always come first.
Yeah.
You know, and, whenever like I said, this was my 5th surgery. So every time you have a little setback like that, you know, it's not a setback whenever you're in a position that I'm in right now, you know what I mean? And I always put them first. But where I'm going though, man, is that through these 2 years, you know, whenever I had that setback, it was just being consistent in the gym. You know, I stepped away from the game, and then I got that call for the Contender, and I was out of boxing. I want to say for a whole year. You know, I didn't even look at the gym. You know, and then after that, man, ever since I've been on the Contender, and I mean, I've been back in the gym consistent. I'm ready to go now. I'm ready for these boys.
Yeah.
I'm ready for. Hey, man.
That's good though. I mean, like, you know, because the big part in boxing, especially in a career, when you're getting ready for fights and you're in camp and everything's going well, next thing you know, boom, you're injured, cancel here. It gets frustrating sometimes, man. And sometimes it's actually easy just to walk away, you know. But that's good that you fought through that, you know.
So, Morgan, tell us about your opponent on May 4th.
To be honest, I really don't know anything about him. I just know he's a tough guy. I know that he has like 20 fights. You know what I mean? I really don't know too much about him personally. To be honest with you, I always used to think about what my opponent's doing, But nowadays, man, look, I'm 36. I've been boxing for 18 years, and now I'm just like, you know, I'm just thinking about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I know I'm training hard. I'm eating right, running, you know. So as long as I know I'm doing the right thing, man, I just pray that he's doing the right thing. Then if he is, then it's gonna be a fight May 4th. You know what I mean? If not, then it's gonna be night.
It's gonna be it'll just be an easy night for you.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I got a question. We have a lot of fighters on here, and we get a lot of world champions on here, and I always seem to ask them the same question: where do you see yourself in this sport in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years?
Where do you see yourself in this sport?
Definitely grabbing a title, man. Getting what's mine, man. You know, I mean, it took me a lot of adversity just to get to where I'm at right now today in my life, and not just physically, I mean mentally and everything, through all the ups and the downs, and everything that I went through, I embrace all those setbacks, because it let me find out who I really am, and I know that, at my age where I'm at right now, I'm haven't been any more focused and any more sharp than what I am right now. So I know it's gonna be some great things in the next 3 years. I know it's gonna be great things within this next year.
Well, I see you're from Louisiana. I see you're from Louisiana too, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Regis Prograis? How he's doing? The fight last night with him and Relic.
I didn't even get to watch it, but I know the boy Regis, though. I mean, that's great, man. I love to see somebody in my hometown doing their thing, and not just my hometown, but a world champion. Being able to just to bring it to Louisiana like he's doing. I mean, that's something that everybody wants to see. Me anyway. You know what I mean? Especially in this fight game, because we never had a world champion down there like he's on a platform right now, and he's been able just give inspiration to all the kids around the world, not just the kids, but everybody. You know what I mean? That dreams do come true, and he's working hard, man, and he's doing great things, man.
Yeah, and we're got a listener here, Damon Martinez. He got a question. First of all, he said hi, and then
how you doing, Dave?
He wanted to know how difficult was the Louisiana fight circuit coming up.
Oh, good question.
The Louisiana fight circuit.
Yeah, coming up when you're coming up.
That's kind of a hard question. That's kind of a hard question. Is like that my amateur or professional career?
Either. I was going to get into your amateur, asking you about that too, but let's just say with the professional right now.
What a professional. I moved over here in Pittsburgh because I live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been over here in Pittsburgh, man, since 2006.
Okay.
So like my whole career has just been up here in Pittsburgh. I mean, like I went fight down home.
Yeah.
But I really can't say how the fight game is in Louisiana. I just know that it's rough wherever, man.
Hey Morgan, you have a gym partner of yours messaging here, Vinny O'Neill from Southside Boxing. He said that you come in the gym and put in hard work at Southside Boxing when you show up over there.
Nice. Yes.
So yeah, Vinny O'Neill out there, who's a pretty good pro himself. He just wanted to make sure that you got a shout out from him too. So
my man, tell him. Well, thank you, Vinny.
Yeah. So let us know about your amateur career too. Like, how many fights, tournaments, whatnot, whatever you fought in.
Well, my amateur career, man, I started late. In the game. I was a late bloomer. I started boxing when I was at the end of 17, going into 18 years old, and I stayed down there in Louisiana. I want to say I had about 10 amateur fights. And then I got in contact with my coach that I'm with right now, Tommy Yankello.
Oh yeah, okay. Tommy.
Yep.
Yeah. Tommy Yankello is my coach, and because I wanted to, it just wasn't something that I wanted to do, and I just knew that, where I was at, I mean, it was really hard to really make it. You really had to. It was just rough. So I just knew I had to step away from everything that. Me going down the wrong road and hanging around the people that could lead me into places and all of that, the wrong places, man. So I made a move. I married my wife and I brought my kids over here with me, and so my amateur career was up here in Pittsburgh as well too.
Well, yeah, Morgan, if you could do me a favor, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell Tommy I said hi. Tell him James Dominguez said hi. He used to bring Paul down to Fayetteville, North Carolina in 2000 for sparring, and I used to work with Paul down there in Fayetteville back in the day, get him ready for fights. And so I haven't seen Tommy in a long time, so just tell him I said hi.
Yeah, I will do.
Thank you, bro.
I will do. And I fought into some all right, and go back to the amateur. I mean, I fought in some ringside tournaments.
Oh yeah.
I fought in some national tournaments, the ringside tournament. I fought in some the title tournaments. I won 2 of those. The ringsides. I came up short on the ringside. One of them I blew my shoulder out, and that's what I had my shoulder surgery. That was one of my surgeries, and that was the year that I was really gonna capture that damn tournament. That was my year that year, man. But things happen for a reason,
So where's this fight gonna be at, Morgan?
This fight right here, May 4th.
Where's it going to be? The location. So where can people find this fight?
Pittsburgh, PA, man, at the Meadows Casino.
Cool.
In Washington, PA.
We actually I may come down to that. Pending right now. You know, we're right now it's kind of up in the air with the Canelo Jacobs fight. But if not, I think we'll definitely be down there for that.
We could go and watch the Jacobs fight on our phone too. We have the zone on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh so. Man, that'd be great, man. I love to put on the show in front of y'all, man.
Kill two stones with one bird.
Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Hey, champ, it was an honor to have you on, and we appreciate your time, and I wish you the best. And I know that we'll see you with a title belt, and we'd like to have you come back and talk boxing with us anytime you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anytime, man. And it was a pleasure being on here. Anytime y'all need on here, man. I love to be on here, man.
Well, then, hey, we'll be bugging you every Sunday. You don't want that.
Hey, trust me, that'll be all right. That'll be all right, man. I love to be on here spreading some words, man.
Then, hey, you might be taking my job here soon.
No, I don't want to do that.
It might be the Morgan Fitch and Kelly Pavlik show.
Hey, it sounds good though. But no, man. But I mean, for real, though, all jokes aside, it was a pleasure, though, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be on here. I'll be honored to come on here anytime and rap with y'all.
Hey,
man.
good man. Go kick some ass on the 4th, and we'll be in touch with you.
I will do. Thank you, champ.
All right, stay blessed, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, that was Morgan Fitch. What a good attitude! What a great attitude on the guy.
Yeah,
and you get so much of that from the people around here. He was on the Contender. Remember I said I recognized him in the beginning, and I just remember him from the Contender. I try to keep up on those old episodes.
Good time to be in the middleweight division too.
Oh my God, you're right. But we have so many questions going on. Sorry guys, we have a lot of questions.
We got stuff that we got to hop on.
Yeah. We'll get to your questions too. I promise. Don't go anywhere, guys.
But we were going to tap into the Jesse Vargas fight.
Before you go, Matthew, Branskus said, Kelly, you were a great champion.
No, thank you, bro.
And Tommy said, nice shirt, champ. Straight up beast. Talking about your TFMO shirt.
This is true.
This is true. And Jeff Brock, I used to train Jeff when he was fighting MMA. He was a really good fighter. A lot of heart. Good kid.
Oh, EKO goes, Kelly, you should stream you playing Fight Night versus fans. You know what? Actually, me and Lonnie are thinking about doing it, and I got another guy. Been talking with that Egypt, remember in Dallas?
Yeah, Egypt, yeah.
He actually has something planned for the Canelo Jacobs fight, but
the Dallas Cowboy people didn't want to risk the screen.
yeah,
they don't want to risk that giant screen. They didn't want to risk that $10 million screen. You know what? You keep talking shit. It's gonna be fight night in here.
Yeah, James Burrell said you're getting too big and need to do your own show, James.
What's that?
James Burrell said you're getting too big and need to do your own show, James.
Why am I getting too big?
I don't know.
Popular. I don't want to do my own show. I work with with Kelly, with his celebrity bleeding down on me. I'm good. I say, you know what? If I put in credentials by myself, they're like, who? They say Kelly needs credentials for James. Like, oh yeah, we'll get them right to you. So I'm never gonna get so I just stay under his umbrella of celebrityness. It's funny when Justin, who they never see, has more celebrity than I do. Justin puts in credentials at Top Rank. He gets his shit quicker than I do too.
Yeah, he does. He knows he has the right.
He knows he's in with the VPs and everybody.
Right connection.
Lee Samuel sends him Christmas cards.
Feel bad if I was with you guys though. You wouldn't have been up in that corner stand maybe.
We would no. That's not the reason why we did. There's a reason why we got that corner stand, because we had 3 credentials and they didn't want to break us up. Do you know what I mean? Two of us could have sat down there at ringside, but one of us couldn't, and they didn't want to break us up.
I would have sat up in the balcony.
It was all right.
You know we should.
I claimed the whole table.
I know, but you know what we should have did? Me and you should have took the ringside and left Damon up there. Wouldn't that have been a dick move?
That would have been nice.
And Damon said Justin is in for life.
Hey. Yes. Oh, Justin was awesome. He bought like all of our dinners, man. Shit.
Smooth.
I feel bad now.
He knows how to work the system.
He does, man. He walked down the street, got dinner.
Unfortunately, the promoters don't care, though.
Hey, what do you think of Danny Swift Garcia? I love Danny. Garcia. Fuck, man. Danny has heart, and He's
That was
better.
a big win he had.
Danny's better than people think. Do you know what I mean? For years, I've always counted Danny out. Oh, Danny's gonna lose this time, and he finds a way to win every time.
That was a big win he had.
So let's get into your fight, Jesse Vargas.
Big win, knockout.
Jesse's your buddy too, isn't he?
Yeah.
So you're being honest because he is your buddy.
No, yeah, but I thought he would have won a little more convincingly. I mean, I know he knocked him out, and that's convincing, but it was a rough road in those couple rounds before he knocked him out. It was a tough fight, and I was surprised by that because I thought Jesse would have won more convincingly and beat him up.
Do you think it may be from the time he's out of the ring, Kelly? Do you think that might
It
have?
could be. It could be a new trainer.
He has switched a few times.
Yeah, and sometimes after a while that gets.
What about the weight change? Constantly moving back and forth. Does that?
Yeah,
do anything?
there could be a lot of
I'm
factors.
asking you. I'm not.
No,
giving
that's
you,
what I'm saying.
know.
It could be a lot of factors, but one thing that I do know was that it wasn't his sharpest outing against a guy like Soto.
He just didn't. He looked flat. I don't know. I hate to use that word flat because I use that word and it sounds like trite and overused, but he did look flat. And then that cut, it always opens up on that eye. And people say, "Oh, well, when you get a cut like that, it never goes away. That tissue's always there."
Tissue. I mean, I wasn't cut for my first 8 years, 7 years in the pro boxing, and then and I think 2008. I actually after the Hopkins fight, every time I got tapped, I cut over. I started bleeding.
What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Yeah, and what? Going back to that, what do you see out there for Jesse? I mean, he's fought a great resume for as young as he is. He has a great resume.
He does. I mean, I see big fights out there still for him. I mean, he's going to make money.
Well, he had Tim Bradley and Pacquiao, and there's
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, he's going to make good money and he's going to get bigger fights because of his style and what he's accomplished. But it's going to be tough for him.
Michael Cameron said, Jesse's very cool. I think he drained himself. I went to go smoke a cigarette, and he was jump roping. I'm like, Michael, you are the worst example for a boxing out there smoking on the fighters. Here, hold this for me. Now, Michael Cameron, good job though on the past week, but you need to take care of health.
Fighter's in a corner, he blows smoke out of his mouth into his nose.
He did. His fighter's cutting weight. And Michael Cameron's eating a cheeseburger and smoking on him.
Lobster 11 goes, did we talk about Baby Miller's drug suspension and how it will affect his future matchups with the top?
We did, but we'll talk about it. Let's get into Nonito. Let's talk about Nonito Donaire.
Yeah, Donaire, what a performance he had. That was a tough fight with a guy that fights like that, where they bounce around, they dance, they move,
runs.
They fight. Well, he did more than run. I'm trying to find a word. Real nervous in there. And
Twitch? Is he twitchy?
Yeah, twitchy. And when they duck all the way down to the ground. And when they jump back 10 feet.
Yeah. Always out of position.
Fighting guys like that is really hard to do, and it's really annoying.
Did you fight someone like that?
Yeah, I used to be a kid out of Youngstown, Darrell Richardson, that when I was sparring him, that's what he did. Like
Ross Thompson fought that way, didn't he?
A little bit, yeah. And it's hard, because they jump in, they grab, they jump back 20 feet. You got to chase them, and then you'll never know when they're going to throw a punch. They'll throw a punch out of sporadically. They'll fire a 4-punch combo. And I thought that Donaire did a really good job with the guy like that. I mean, I thought Donaire broke him down, cut him off well.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thought it was a really good performance by Donaire in that.
I did. And you know what, though? The only thing is I love Nonito. And Nonito was a teammate of yours, Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
He was a teammate. You were all, what do they call that? What's the word I'm looking for? My brain's not working right. Fucking keto. Stable mate. You were a stable mate.
No, I was not a stable. I fought with him, though.
You guys were on the same... But you guys were on the same camp, Robert Garcia's team.
But he was up in San Fran.
He was down in Oxnard every once in a while. He'd come down.
I didn't.
You weren't there. What? You were there 2012. He was down there, right?
No, he was.
Robert was going to San
Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, Robert would go to San Fran.
Up there with his dad and him.
Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, I thought it was a really, really good fight for Donaire.
Yeah.
And he looked like his old self in that fight.
Okay.
But we have to remember too that Donaire is
36.
getting up in age.
He's your age.
Yeah.
But would I be the first to tell you that he may have been off more than he could chew, having to fight Inoue into this tournament now?
The way he looked yesterday, I think that I think this would be interesting.
I think
Inoue is going
to stop him.
And he may. He may.
I think
do
it's
that.
going to be easy. I really do.
You do?
Yes, I do. The more I watch Inoue, the more I'm convinced this kid is one of the best. I'm convinced this kid's a top 3 pound-for-pound kid.
That's the issue right there. Is it going to be Donaire that looked like he did last night? Yeah. Or is it going to be Donaire that shows up too? Because now again, we have to be honest.
I think
going to be 37.
I think either Donaire he beats. But hey, Slavin has a good question for you. Kelly, were you friends with Brandon Rios? Are you still in touch?
I was friends with Brandon Rios. We actually got along very well in California.
And I'm friends with Brandon.
I don't talk to him much now.
I think I talk to Brandon more than you do. But yeah, he's always asked about Kelly. We stay pretty close with most of those guys out there still. Brandon's a good guy, man. I just don't see a way, Kelly. Inoue's young, and I don't know. And
I mean, who am I going to take in that fight?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. But that was a really good performance by Donaire.
So I said, Brandon got washed up quick. Brandon didn't get washed up quick. He had a long career.
I know.
He'd been fighting. He had a long career, man. He fought that type of style where you always got your money's worth out of Brandon, good or bad. You never left there saying, "Man, I wasted that $40." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he came to fight, and again, when guys fight like Brandon Rios fights, they're not going to have a long career. I mean, the big thing is with a lot of fans, and not the guy to ask that question. I'm not pinpointing him.
No.
But just in general, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't as a fighter.
Yeah.
I had a 12-year pro career, and everybody's like, "Oh, short, you wasted a career."
They
had
don't
42 pro fights,
but they don't remember you prior to 2007.
Yeah,
and they think that he only fought.
But they want a guy to go. They want a guy to fight till he can't talk no more, till he can't walk no more, and he's dead in the ring. Yeah. And if you don't do it, then he wasted this, he wasted that. So and then when he does fight and he can't talk no more, then they want to pick on him. And he's fucking gone. He ain't got no brains. He's punch drunk.
I will tell you this: I was in camp with Brandon when he fought Alvarado. Alvarado won, and that goes down as one of the greatest fights I've ever seen, like in person. Yeah. I know in person I've seen better, but this is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Was Alvarado and Brandon Rios won, and Brandon Rios will always have my respect after that fight. Did you see that shit?
I did. Brandon Rios, I mean, he comes, like you said earlier, he comes to fight every fight.
You're not going to leave there thinking that, Melissa, great story. Melissa DeValentine, she's the president and CEO of Heroes Boxing. She represents us too on sponsorships. But she sent a bunch of tracksuits, right, to camp, to everybody in Oxnard. And I was supposed to get my tracksuit too because it was red. We got there was no tracksuits. Everybody had stole them before they were even passing them out. Like the box came, and like people in the gym just grabbed a tracksuit, ran off. So there were no tracksuits left, and we still bitch about those tracksuits.
That's like what it was with Ratim Pavlik with the Affliction.
They stole your shirts.
Oh, dude, so I get a fucking Affliction box in, and everybody. It was 2 people. I ain't gonna mention no names, and they throw their hands in there and they grab all of them.
5 of them, put them in your shirt.
Damon goes, "Guys, is Francisco Estrada pound for pound top 5 yet?
No.
The man beats on everyone he faces." No, I don't think he is.
I have him in the top. He's in the pound for pound running, but you have to move some really good guys out of the top 5 to move him in.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that weight class also, it's hard to put guys in that weight class.
You remember how long it took Ricardo Lopez to even break 9? Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, it's too hot right now. There's too many like top guys fighting for the top 5 spot and fighting for 1 and 2.
Benjamin says, "Watch the Khan fight. I was expecting way more from him. Do you guys think that Crawford is just that good or Khan is just done?" I think Crawford is just that good.
Crawford's good.
Crawford is my pound for pound 1, but I do think it'll change if Canelo convincingly beats Danny Jacobs. I'll put Canelo 1 because I know we've talked about it too, Kelly. But I think the pound for pound lists are all so close. That top 5 is so close. Any fight could bounce each other over. There's no clear leader in that.
Jessica, the question is for Kelly. What was your most difficult fight? And sorry for this is a dumb question, but I'm curious to know, what does a hard punch on the face or uppercut feel like? Describe, please. It don't feel good when you get hit by a professional fighter in the face. Uppercuts, but to be honest with you, I'd rather take uppercut to the face or a left hook to the head than a body shot. You can deal with them better to the head. The hardest puncher or the most difficult fight, obviously I would say Hopkins or Martinez for the situation at hand. But one of those two would be the most difficult. But yeah, getting hit, it's not fun, and there's nothing fun about it. You know, like I said, the head ones, sometimes your body will buzz and you'll feel it pretty good. But for the most part, the body shots are the ones that suck. Damon says, oh, here, well, we'll go with Timmy. What are your thoughts on the Triple G Abel Sanchez split?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Who would you like to coach? Well, I'm going to hop to it now.
Okay, let's do it.
I think right now, it's crazy for Abel Sanchez to act the way he's acting. You got a chance. You made good money. You made very good money with Triple G. Let's go off by saying Triple G also had a good career before he started amateurs and amateur career and everything else before he got with Abel. Abel's made some good money with Triple G, and Triple G didn't so much fire him. He just said he was going to cut back a little bit and go, as James mentioned, to a standard payment of 10%, which is still, if he fights all the fights on a contract agreement, that's $10 million for Abel Sanchez as a trainer. So I don't understand. People want to talk about greedy. I think it's greedy that Abel Sanchez got pissed off about that. Again, I'm going to say this. Trainers help fighters. Yes, they do, and they're a part of the team. But at the end of the day, when a fighter who wants to secure their financial future and do the right things in boxing for themselves and make sure their family is well taken care of, yeah, a trainer goes in and he trains the fighter. He catches pads. He puts his time in with the fighter. But at the end of the day, the fighter is the one that's starving himself. The fighter is the one who's running the 5 miles a day and training 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day. The trainer is not doing that. The trainer is just doing their job for that short period of time of holding mitts, giving him instructions. That's it. And if they put more time in that, then that's all well and good. But they're not putting their life on the line. If a fighter loses, he's done. He takes a big pay cut, or he may not fight again. A trainer has other guys in his stable, and he's going to go train them, or another Triple G could possibly walk in and he could train them. A trainer has a secure job, more so than a fighter does. So with that being said, I think that's crazy for Abel to act the way he is and pouting and acting like a baby when he's guaranteed $10 million if he just stays at 10%.
Well, I can elaborate more if you want me to on what the situation is. I've known what was going on for the past few days. I just haven't said anything on social media and stuff like that because I wanted to get facts on it. When Abel Sanchez and Golovkin hooked up about 9 years ago, he was Abel Sanchez was getting 15% of Golovkin's purse, which is well beyond the standard. Most standard purses, and if Kelly can correct me if I'm wrong, most standard is 10 to 12% for a trainer. 10 to 12, I know, but but it's you can see 12 on the high side, 10 on the low. But he was getting 15%. Well, already Golovkin at this point's made Abel a millionaire many times over.
Exactly.
And Triple G did sign this $100 million contract with DAZN with stipulations. It wasn't $100 all up front like everybody thinks. But at this point, he wanted to start changing things and changing some team and change stuff. So he says, look, I'll give you 10% instead of 15, and I want use of the summit, the gym for free, instead of me paying 15% and $10,000 a month to use the summit gym. That's how we negotiate. Abel said no, and Triple G said, well, I'm done then. And that's what I'm talking about. And by all means, this is my personal opinion. I'm not speaking for Kelly or anybody else. But my thing is this. Abel Sanchez spent so much time on this last Canelo fight making commercials about Canelo eating steak, making jokes about Canelo, running his mouth, but he wasn't coming up with a game plan for Triple G, how to beat Canelo.
And that's another big issue.
And you get paid in boxing, you get paid for your performance. You don't get paid for history. It's what have you done for me lately? And anybody who thinks any different, and there's loyalty in the sport, you are fucked up. If you went to your job at UPS and only delivered half your packages, you wouldn't have a job.
And that's a good point. That's another thing coming from a fighter or a person that's been there, especially somewhat at that level. I listened to the information and the advice that he gave Triple G in the corner. Hey, listen, dude, you want paid 10% or 15%, you want a couple $1 million from me. You know what? After that last fight with Canelo, Triple G had all the right in the world to leave Abel. I mean, again, I'm not knocking. Trainers do have a big part, obviously, in a boxer's career. But to say, to argue that you want 15%, that's a lot from a guy going in there and getting punched in the face and beat up and running, and it's just throw the fucking boxing to the side, dieting, starving himself, having to work out every day for hours a day. That is crazy to me, and I think there was a lot more that Abel Sanchez could have done if he wanted to secure that spot as a trainer, or had a good argument to tell Canelo, well, you know what, that's crazy that you're going to only knock me down to 10%, and I'm only going to make $10 million to be a trainer.
But he's still making a monthly salary of $10,000 a month.
$10 million it's crazy. Dolph goes, you fail to understand that Abel was already a millionaire before Triple G.
No one failed to understand that.
We're not, Dolph, you're right. But we're talking about from a trainer's point of getting mad and putting all this blame on Triple G. I don't care if Abel Hernandez was worth $80 million.
Kelly, you're a millionaire. Would you take an extra $1 million?
Yeah, so that's even better for that makes the point even better on Triple G's side of it. Like, hey, listen, I'm trying to secure my future.
My children's future, my grandchildren's future.
Yeah, because I'm the one going there getting punched in the fucking face, and I'm the one starving to make weight, and I'm the one that's doing all the working out and putting my body through all this. So that's even a bigger factor that you could throw in there then.
And then, another thing is this. You don't hear Triple G saying shit. Every day Abel's putting another interview out, running Triple G down, motherfucking him. You don't see Triple G saying shit. Somebody's being petty,
Like Pittsburgh says, I can see both sides of this one. I really can't. I don't see it. A lot of fighters do that. When you get that big person in Pittsburgh, you would, believe me, if you were in a situation, you would understand too. A fighter works his ass off to get to that level and to be able to have a contract worth $100 million. And hey, listen, in boxing, it's literally blood, sweat, and tears. So you hear people say that all the time, but use that analogy, but that's really the case here, is that fighters go through it. And you get the opportunity to get to that level and make that money, you're going to renegotiate. That happens because it's crazy to give 15% of $100 million to somebody when you're doing all the work. I get it. Abel Sanchez is his trainer and works and devote a lot of his own time. But at the end of the day, he's still getting paid $10 million for it. To sit in a corner and wipe sweat off of you and tell you, hey, you're getting hit a little too much. Move your fucking head.
Hey, keep jabbing and back Canelo up. Because obviously that was working, right? Because it didn't work. But the thing is, I don't know. But Michael Cameron, so I thought it was 10%. He wanted to give 2%. You know damn well, Michael Cameron, that nobody would allow that, to give 2% to your trainer.
Yeah.
No, it was 15. That was the standard, and he went to a 10% standard contract.
And if it was 2%, you would definitely see me at that point being on Abel's side and bitching at Triple G for that.
Yeah, so, but that's, the thing is this.
That's just a smack in the face.
The thing is this, man. Anybody who believes that they need to be loyal in this sport, there's something fucking wrong. When it comes down to renegotiating, friends and family are one thing, but that's business. You renegotiate. I don't give a fuck who you are. At the end of his career, and he's making whatever he's making, 30.1 a fight right now, you're still going to renegotiate, because Abel in the last two fights, I don't feel performed up to standard.
Yeah,
that just.
Well, we're going on a couple here. Yes, Tom, we're using Trash and Canelo's name. Yeah, they were, Jessica. But Pittsburgh goes, trust me, I'm not taking anything away from the fighter. I'm saying it on this basis. Since he's close to the end of his career, it just seems like a bad time to switch up. No, you're right. And at this point, at the end of his career, where he has a contract for mega millions, and you're going in to fight some guys, and your performance and the advice that was given to you in the corner against Canelo, maybe, you know what? It is your last go at it. It is your last chance in your career. So you want to find somebody that's best for you, that's going to get you there and let you secure that contract agreement. Because if Triple G goes in and loses his next fight, that $100 million contract's in jeopardy.
That's why I said it has stipulations. You lose, you don't get all that money. It's the same one Canelo has. Canelo has the same stipulations in his. It's funny, to show you the power that Triple G has, when he left, and Abel being so fucking petty, he also lost Gassiev and a couple of the other Russians he had in camp. They walked out too.
Yeah, James Burrell goes, Abel isn't teaching Triple G 1 of 5. He used to teach him. Triple G was cool to offer to keep him in a role. I agree, and keep him in any role. I agree with that. I mean, again,
But the thing is, Abel's ego won't allow him to take a back seat or another role. And the thing is this: if he fails to renegotiate, he can go back to coaching amateurs at the Pomona Fairgrounds. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Kevin says, "Hey, Kel, do you think it would be best for Triple G now? Who do you think? Garcia, because of the Mexican style?
No,
I don't see it hurting.
I don't either.
I'm going to tell you why I think Garcia would be good. Is because Garcia is not big on getting a fighter that's already been world champion, and Garcia is not an egotistical person where he goes, "You're going to train how I want you to fight, and I'm going to turn you into this, and I'm going to turn you into that." Garcia is really big at saying, "Look, this got you all the way to a world title, and what I'm going to do is fine tune it, sharpen it, and that way when you go in, I'm going to make your style better."
Yeah.
And I think that's great. And I think with a guy like Triple G, who's already 10 years into his career and all these fights and a world champion, I think somebody like Garcia would be good to come in and sharpen his skills. I really do.
I think there's a lot of trainers out there. I think Papa Lomachenko would be good for Golovkin because I think he could associate with Golovkin. I said it before. I think Rudy Hernandez is probably the best choice. The reason I say Rudy is this: Rudy understands the Mexican game, he understands the European game, and he understands the Japanese game. Too. He understands all three games. And he is another one who won't change him.
I agree. I think Rudy would be also another big front runner for that spot. But I would say with them guys, and I'm not just saying this because I train with Garcia or I'm friends with Rudy. But Rudy or Robert, I think, would be a great fit for Triple G to go and train with.
My thing is this with Robert. Robert has 35 current fighters right now on the roster, right? Approximately 35. My thing is this: would he have the time for Golovkin that he needs? Because Golovkin's one of those guys that. Would Robert have time with him with the 36 fighters?
I seen an interview with Robert was saying, "Come on."
Oh, I know, but what I'm saying, it's more on Triple G's side. Triple G's the type of fighter that I'm not giving you 100%. I'm not giving you 50% of my pay if I'm not getting 100% of your time.
Possibility of $10 million, I would too. Fuck, I'd make time. Listen, 1 o'clock in the morning, we're training.
Michael Cameron said, "What about Teddy Atlas?" To what? To tell Triple G's a fucking fireman? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, damn, I could see him.
He's good to motivate you. What's a guy with 2 amateur fights going to teach me?
Timmy Turner said the same thing. I would not put Teddy Atlas in there with a guy like that. I would not use Freddie Roach.
No, Freddie Roach couldn't even keep up with that kind of power anymore. You know what I mean?
Pussy Smollett said he probably does, man. He's a celebrity trainer at this point. I don't know who he's talking about.
I think Robert Garcia, Rudy Hernandez, and I think Papa Lomachenko would be the 3 top who I would look at.
Virgil Hunter.
Virgil Hunter's not doing well.
Yeah, right now. And then Joe Lowe goes, "Kelly, do you think another trainer can teach Triple G anything new? Triple G is 36.
Anybody can learn something new."
Yeah, and that's why does Robert take so many fighters? Because Robert's smart. And going into that, good question, Rick. Robert has a stable and of champions and contenders
and prospects, right?
And if that's the case, then Robert knows that he might make $1 million here or $700,000 here. If something happens with that fighter, he goes over, he makes $75,000 to $100,000 here. I'm talking maybe a month. Okay, you turn back around, you go make $100,000 here, you go make $300,000 here. That's the smart way to do it. Hey, listen, you get a guy, you can make a total of $3 million in 2 years. Well, you know what? Robert Garcia, he loses that $3 million in 3-year fighter. He's got 700, 400, 500, 1.4 over here. That's what Robert does. I don't blame Robert for taking them guys in. And
Esteban said Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen would be great, but Joe Goosen says he's basically retired. He's doing commentating now.
Joe Goosen puts a time limit of what time Triple G needs to go to bed when he's got a $100 million contract.
Right, and there's a lot of trainers like that. Yeah. Like I asked Rudy Hernandez the other day about him training Golovkin, just throwing it out there to him. And he said that Golovkin would fire him in 3 days. Mm-hmm. And I believe that because Rudy is a disciplinarian type trainer. And I think a guy like Golovkin, he's used to running the show for 9 years. You're not telling him shit.
Joe goes, "Kelly, you think another trainer can teach Triple G anything new?" I think I already read that.
Anybody.
You can teach him new, again, but there has to be a fine line between teaching the new
or changing.
And that's the big difference.
Did you learn anything new when you went to Robert?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. But I know my style didn't change, and that's where I'm going with it. I mean, so he can learn, but again, he's not going to change his style. He's just going to teach him probably certain foot movements or different
Combinations.
combos. But the biggest thing about changing a trainer, it's not only that. I mean, again, like I learned some new shit and it was great and it helped me. But the biggest thing is the advice, okay? There's a lot more that goes into play than just catching hand pads and somebody telling you like, hey, showing you a new combo or showing you a new foot movement. The big difference is like breaking down the fighter that you're going to fight and watching video on him instead of the fighter watching the video. The trainer watches and breaks down and has a whole game plan going in. It's also in between rounds during the fight of what the trainer is telling you, like, hey, listen, this guy's stepping this way and doing this. You need to step this way and counter by doing this. Or listen, this is working. Keep doing it. But be careful. This guy's making a step and he may catch you, so just be prepared. There's different things that they tell you and give you advice on. Yeah. That's where a new trainer makes a big difference. And again, going with Abel Sanchez on what he was telling Triple G in the corner against Canelo in the second fight wasn't working. So that's where somebody like Robert Garcia is really good at picking up what a fighter's doing wrong, picking up what the opponent's doing wrong, or what the opponent's doing right, and what his fighter needs to do.
You know, Robert Garcia studies day in and day out. He's constantly watching film on these guys, breaking shit down. Jason said Derek James will teach Triple G how to throw the body. I think Triple G's pretty good on the body himself, but Derek James is a good trainer. But you know, I'm going to throw a dark horse trainer out there. What do you think about Bomac working with Triple G? I think that would be a great pickup for him. Crawford's trainer, I think that would be awesome for Triple G.
Because Crawford's not a flashy, dancy type fighter.
He'll break you down.
And that's kind of how Triple G fights.
And I think Bomac would be a really good pickup.
I think Bomac would tell him exactly what he needs to hear in the corner too.
And he wouldn't bullshit around. There was a good question for you.
When they put the snake in your bag in LA, that was funny, man.
They
didn't put it in my bag.
They put it in Pelos' bag.
I put that in Pelo's bag.
You know that snake died, right?
Yeah.
Well, not after that. You know, Roger took that snake home and it went snakes. And it got loose in the room and froze.
I think Triple G needs someone that can come in and work with his prospects. He is a promoter too now. I think he will find a Kazaka trainer. He may.
You know, there's just so much to go out there. But the thing is this, and I've said it too, and the sport of boxing is it's a what have you done for me lately sport. What you did 6 years ago, 7 years ago is immaterial. What you did 3 months ago is immaterial. What are you doing now to better your fighter? And if you're not doing that, it's time for a change.
That's the way it is in boxing with some people, though, and I think with some it ain't, though, because personally, when I get into training people, I'm going to, if I do listen to anybody or take their advice, it's going to be somebody who may not be big on the scene now,
but will be.
But trained 3 or 4 world champions or had great contenders. I'm going to listen to them a little bit too.
But what I'm saying is, if your fighter has a trainer and he's not performing to standard, he needs to go.
Yeah.
Whether, and for me, after the second Triple G fight, and Abel doing interview after interview and making state commercials, picking at Canelo, that motherfucker would have been gone.
He did. Another issue with a lot of trainers. There's a lot of trainers that forget their role and forget their
Freddie
job.
Roach did that with Manny Pacquiao for years.
Yeah, and they want to become managers. They want to become this. They want to do that. They want to get into this gig. Hey, listen, I understand it's a grind, man. People are out there, they're hustling, and they want to make extra money. But you know what? Don't sign up to be a trainer then. Yeah. Sign up to be a manager and a promoter.
Or a publicist.
Yeah, get your promotion license and this and that and start being a promoter and make your money that way. That's in boxing, you got to do one or the other. When you sign up to become a trainer and you're a boxing trainer, you need to train your fighters and devote all your time to that. Fuck how much money else besides your percentage that you're getting paid from the fighter. Fuck how much you're making on a gate and how much you're making on this guy's purse. You need to focus, because being a trainer of a fighter means that you got to go and break down film. Mm-hmm. It means that you got to not only break down film, you got to put a game plan together how you're going to train your guy. Sure. And then you got to go in to see what your guy does right and put that in the piece with everything. That's a job. So, and that's where the 10% comes. It's a gamble also as a trainer. You go in there and you may spend a lot of money on a fucking gym when you own a gym. That's your choice, and everybody knows in boxing there's not a lot of money. So you go in there and then, hey, you know what? Boom, you get that one lucky fighter that comes in. But that's what you signed up for. You weren't guaranteed 25% of somebody's purse and to become a multimillionaire on training fighters. if you wanted that, then you should have been a boxer or a world champion fighter.
But you know what? Freddie Roach did the same thing with Manny Pacquiao. What happens is these trainers get so emotionally invested in their fighter, they think they need to protect him and they need to push, and they do that. And then what happens? They get fired and they get in their feelings. Look at Freddie Roach, how he was in his feelings when Manny didn't use him for the past couple fights. Same thing. Let me ask you a question, Justin. Who's John Jones' striking coach? Who's let me just think of who's Cain Velasquez's striking coach? You're an UFC fan, right? MMA fan. Let me ask one more. Who is TJ Dillashaw's striking coach? But you remember them? No. You made my point. You made my point. People talk shit about MMA and they talk shit about the UFC, but these trainers know their fucking role. They train and they're seen and not heard. That's why I made that. That's why I asked Justin, who's the most knowledgeable guy on UFC in the UFC and MMA here, because boxing needs to do that. These trainers need to be more seen and not heard. They need to do their fucking job. They need to focus on getting their fighters ready, getting their fighters motivated, and getting their fighters a win. All this other after school shit, all this after school special, this other drama needs to go.
Yep. Ricky, we got a couple. How boutique Dirty Sanchez as a trainer?
Who, Abel?
Ricky. Timmy goes, this podcast is awesome, man. You guys keep it real.
Thank you.
Kevin Carter. Are you training boxers, Kelly? Kevin, I will be having a gym
Train
here
this one.
by summer.
You're training me for September.
Well, we're going to be training James in December.
Hey guys, I got a fight in September.
Then we're going to finish up with Jessica. She goes, how do you rate Canelo's trainer? Do you think he's underrated?
I think he's great.
And who do you consider the best trainer ever?
Oh shit.
I like Canelo's trainer
Chapo.
right now, and I think his trainer is a fantastic trainer. And I think it's a situation if Canelo loses, it's not because of his trainer, because it's also boxing. But the best trainer ever, damn.
There's so many. What about? I think Manny Stewart's the greatest trainer ever.
I think it's, you know what, I could say Emmanuel Stewart also, because when you go back in the fights, even when I fought Jermaine and listened to the advice that he was giving Jermaine, it was solid advice. And he didn't get mad and scream in the corner. He gave good advice. He like told you exactly what you're doing wrong. I could put Emmanuel Stewart up there.
For me, I remember in the amateurs, fighting against. Do you remember fighting against the Kronk team when they would come? They always had the nice shit.
No,
they always had the nice Kronk gear and the gym bags. But I remember seeing Emmanuel Stewart, and I remember how nervous I would be in the corner, just seeing him give instruction to his fighters. Like, man, these motherfuckers are getting the best instruction in the world. But for me, I think Emmanuel Stewart might be one of the best.
Ricky, want to know, is Kevin Rooney still training?
I don't know. Maybe Damon knows. That's Damon's uncle.
Yeah, he would know.
Damon would know. I don't know.
James Burrell wants to know about your fight.
I am fighting Simon Rubalcava, my former Army teammate, at 175. We are going to fight a 4-rounder exhibition for charity, but it's going to be a real fight. We're not going to be bullshitting. We're wearing 10-ounce gloves, and we'll fuck him up. You think?
Yeah.
I got the best training camp in the world. I got Kelly training me.
That's right. Oh. That's going to be my first pro fighter.
Yep.
How much you getting paid for that fight?
$5,000.
10% contract?
Yes.
Okay. But you said 12. Can we negotiate that?
You want to 2%?
You said
2%.
So I get 12% of it then.
Oh, and you're gonna charge me for using the gym too, right?
I may charge you for your endorsements too. Get a percentage of that.
But I got you. I got Roger Romo, and I got Cecilio Flores, and I got Justin Fortuna in my corner. Yeah. Dude, that's a star. That's a star cast right there.
Pittsburgh goes about Emmanuel Stewart. He goes, didn't help Jermaine out too much, did it?
Well, anybody can lose, man.
Exactly. And again, Jermaine, that was a situation where Jermaine did not listen to the instructions that he was given. And even if he did, you're talking about
yeah, but the thing is this though, like every trainer's gonna have a fight or lose. It didn't help Tommy Hearns when Hagler beat him. I mean, it just fucking, you're gonna lose, man. But Eddie Futch was a great trainer too, but I mean, we could go through this list all day. Who was the best? There's so many great. Nacho Beristain, another great one. Nacho.
James Burrell goes, get some, James. Show KP how it's done. James, I mean, 1 minute you're on my side, homie. James was mad at you and hollers at you, and you're taking his side now, dude. What the hell?
Oh no, I'm not sparring with Kelly. I'm not stupid. He's gonna train me.
I mean, when James was gonna bite your ear off, dude, I was like saying he's cool, man. Let it go. No, I always had James.
Hey, side. But my sparring, I'm sparring with Patrick Teixeira.
I thought we were better than that, James.
I'm getting sparring with Patrick, the WBO champ.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
I didn't see that.
Hell yeah. I'm getting some real sparring in.
Timmy Turner goes, "How do you think Canelo Jacobs will go?"
I got Canelo stopping him, Kelly.
I do. I got.
What do you got? What round?
I don't know what stoppage yet. I got Canelo winning.
I got him stopping Jacobs
Very convincingly.
between the 5th and the 8th. I got that stoppage in there. And I love Jacobs. And I just love, but I think Canelo has hit his prime.
Yeah, guys, listen, go out and get the Ring magazine, read that issue. I was a special guest editor of it, and I gave a great breakdown of it.
Did you get that issue yet?
Not yet, but it's coming. Actually, I mean, I can read it. I got it on my phone.
I know, but I want the issue too. We can't get Ring magazine out here, guys.
But it was a great breakdown. I mean, I don't really want to go through the whole spill again of,
Why not?
Okay. So I sound like a broken record, but
you know what? Go
listen,
ahead.
I think Danny Jacobs possibly may be the best fighter in the middleweight division, talent-wise, skill-wise. And then he has the height and the size going for him too. Danny Jacobs shows sometimes like spurts, like unbelievable skills and talent. And I watch a fight and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And he did it with Triple G too. The second half of the fight, he went in there and he picked it up and made that fight close. But it's like when he's fighting, it's almost like he thinks like, did I leave the lights on? Did I forget to turn the gas off? Oh shit, I got that parade next week. Or am I going to have a victory parade after this fight? Where's the after party? And that's kind of like where it's at in his head. And he takes those big breaks in a fight and it makes the fight boring, and he don't do as well as he can. And I think he will do that against Canelo also. And Canelo is on fire right now. All the momentum right now is behind Canelo. And I see Canelo landing some brutal body shots and head punches and just kind of picking them apart.
Michael Conte said, "Hey, champ, live from Youngstown. This makes work more enjoyable. Thanks, fellas." Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Bro. Hey, Dax said something. Dax has a good point. I like Dax Khan. He's very knowledgeable in the sport.
Well, thanks, Jessica. She goes, "I read that. Love your comments and perspective."
Jessica's awesome. Canelo can't land while moving. Jacobs moves well. That's a big difference. Canelo has never even dropped a middleweight. Doesn't have to drop a middleweight. The thing is, the sport's not called knockout. It's called boxing.
Yeah, I remember he was hitting Triple G with some shots. That's Triple G who could take him.
Yeah, and also this too, Dax. When Danny's going to have to stop because no one can punch and move at the same time. He's going to stop, and when he does, that's where he's trouble. And Jacobs' Achilles heel is the body. He gets hit in the body, he gets hurt. He's been hurt the past 2 or 3 fights to the body. And I think that Canelo might be the best body, one of the best, other than Errol Spence, Canelo might be one of the best body punchers in the business. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. Our producer gave us the
Game of Thrones symbol.
Yeah.
It's Game of Thrones time, baby.
So
we covered about everything.
I think we did. And listen, guys, you can still ask questions on here throughout.
It's true. And also, you guys can follow us on on Punchline.live.
Yes, you can.
The wife even jumped in to make sure we're wrapping.
Subscribe, share,
share,
and what else? Like.
And
also, guys, if you guys have any questions or you need to reach out to us, you can go to Facebook Messenger, or most of you guys have our phone numbers or whatever. If you have any, or Facebook friends, message us and we'll be sure to answer anything you guys got.
Subscribe.
But mainly subscribe. That helps us out. Yeah, right. Yeah, Dax. I just think that Canelo's going to stop him. I don't know. I love Danny Jacobs, and I think he has one of the best conditioning coaches and the best nutritionists in the sport. I love Chris Algieri. He's a friend. But I just think Canelo's at his prime now.
Yep.
But I've been wrong before, and I'm going to be wrong 100,000 more times. So we will see you guys next Tuesday, and we'll be talking about this fight, and you guys could tell me how fucking wrong I was.
We will watch.
Right?
Later.
And ring that bell. That's what Scott said.
Ring it.
Ring that bell. All right, guys. Are you going to be at the Boxing Expo in Vegas? No, right?
No.
No.
That's right now, no.
Boxing MMA, before we go, they had one question for you, Kelly. We will be there live. You guys going to fights in Vegas? No, we're not. We have a break for the next couple months. No fights. We're just going to start.
Well, maybe in New York.
Are we doing a fight companion for Jacobs Canelo?
We may be. It all depends because we may be doing the one down May 4th.
Which one?
In Pittsburgh.
We're doing a fight companion?
No, we're going to go down there or remote for cover fights.
Oh, we're going to cover fights?
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing commentary?
No. not for this one.
Oh.
We'll talk about it.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys. Have a great week. See you Tuesday.